Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. As you can see, today we're going to make this beautiful mirror wall by just using tissue rolls, mirror, and some few items which I'll list down below my description box. If you're interested, keep on watching, and if you're new to my channel, please remember to subscribe. Thank you. So you need lots of tissue rolls. I use the smaller tissue rolls. Pencil, a ruler, and a pair of scissors. I use the black paint, so you can use any type of spray paint that you want for your mirror. Glue sticks and glue gun. I used a wood which will support the mirror on the hula hoop. 18-inch mirror, but you can use any size that you want for your mirror. And the hula hoop, I used the medium hula hoop. There are smaller hula hoops than this, so you can use a smaller hula hoop with your. So you start by flattening the tissue roll. I took my ruler, sorry I couldn't show, but I used a space of 1 inch. So a space of 1 inch. So we mark 1 inch, 2 inch, 3 inch on the tissue roll. You go down on the tissue roll, mark again 1 inch, 2 inch, 3 inch. Then you join the points. I made 2 points was to make my lines become straight and accurate. So the lines will guide you on cutting the tissue roll so as to get the right measurements that you need for making your patterns. So you can give your kids this job to cut the rolls. It will be interesting to them since they are not busy, they are a bit idle, so you can give this job to them, or else you can just do it yourself while listening to music or watching Netflix. So this is the pattern that you need. You just glue down each roll at a time to form the pattern. I'll prefer you use hot glue in this project because it will be a bit faster since the hot glue dries faster. So that's the first pattern that you need. And this is the second pattern that you need. So you have to cut the excess part in the tissue roll. So as to have a clean pattern. So I took my wood and my hula hoop. So these are supposed to be placed on the hula hoop. Then I marked my wood so as to guide me on how to cut the excess wood. The wood will support the mirror at the center part of the hula hoop. So the work of the wood is to support the mirror here. So I went outside and cut my wood, the excess wood. So this is how it's supposed to be on the hula hoop. So you try and find the center part of the hula hoop. So I nailed my wood on the hula hoop using normal nails. It's an easy job since the hula hoop is just plastic, so it's easy to use nails on the plastic on the hula hoop. So you have to make sure the wood is the center part of the hula hoop. Mine wasn't accurately at the center, but you can try and make yours a bit to be more to be in the center of the hula hoop. You have to be careful not to hit yourself with a hammer. So I started off by arranging my patterns on the hula hoop. So you should follow this pattern. They have to be close to each other, and they have to be close to the hula hoop because you're going to stick the tissue rolls on the hula hoops. Sorry. Don't mind my baby's there. I also do most of my DIYs with my baby beside me. So I glued down the tissue rolls on the hula hoop. So you have to use a lot of hot glue here so that the tissue can stick well on the hula hoop. So then you have to, after gluing down on the hula hoop, then you'll have to glue the tissue rolls which are close to each other so that they can be in one place. You can just see what I'm doing on my video. You glue on the hula hoop, and then you glue the tissue rolls together. So I arranged down my second row. Now it's time to glue down the second row. So you can see the pattern that I'm forming with the second row. You have to use a lot of hot glue in these parts so that the tissue rolls can hold each other firmly together. Now I took the other pattern and glued it at the center of the two roll patterns at the end. So you can just see at the video on how I'm doing it. So this is how the end product should look like after gluing down all the tissue rolls on your hula hoop. I went outside and sprayed my mirror frame just on the top part with a spray paint. I had to add extra support for my mirror, so I used a cardboard and a string in which I will glue it down behind the mirror. I used my contact glue to hold the cardboard in place behind the mirror. So I used the contact glue, placed my cardboard in the middle part of the mirror. You have to press it firmly and you leave it there for about 1 to 30 minutes so as to dry completely. Contact has a stronger grip than the hot glue, so I preferred using contact for this part. It will help the cardboard to stick in place for a longer period, or stronger for a longer period, to be precise. So I used my hot glue to stick the mirror on the wood. So you have to use a lot of hot glue in these parts so as to hold the mirror in place. Pressed it down so as to give it time to stick on the wood. So I used my acrylic mirrors and some rhinestones to decorate the edges of the mirror frame. So I'll list down below the description box where I got my acrylic mirrors and the rhinestones. You can find them locally. So I used my hot glue to stick down the rhinestones at the edges of where the two patterns are meeting. You just stick your rhinestone there. So it will depend on which color of rhinestones you want. If you want red, you can find them in red, or any orange, any color that you would prefer. So I prefer to use silver on this mirror frame. So after gluing down my rhinestones, I used the toothbrush to remove the excess glue strings on the mirror frame, and I also cleaned down the mirror. On the mirror, I noticed the acrylic mirrors were falling off, so I had to glue them down again. And all the mirror, I had to remove all the protective film on the acrylic mirrors so as to give it the shiny look. So this is how the end products look like. It's so pretty. Can't wait to see it on the wall. So I tied down my string. The string, I'll use it to hang the mirror on the wall. I had to use the string on this project because it will hold the mirror in place, and it's safe than using the double-sided tape since the mirror is a bit heavy. You can see the wood, how it has held on the mirror. So I'm sure the mirror is safe. So you can see how the mirror turned out. It's so pretty. The black spray paint and the rhinestone gave my mirror frame a beautiful look. So if you've liked it, please remember to like and comment below, and also share to your friend and family. You can try out this DIY since you have a lot of time during this quarantine. Remember to keep safe and wash your hands. Bye!